The game is officially over for the first game, and now we're proceeding for the second game. Congratulations to Inferno Esports for winning the first game. And now we're proceeding to the second game. This is going to be the probably the last game ng ating majors here. Inferno is going with the lead for our major tournament for the grand finals, and we're just waiting for the second game dito sa ating Inferno Esports versus Naos Esports. Right now, Inferno Esports yung lead, and tingnan natin if makakabawi dito yung Naos Esports dito sa ating next second game, ano? So for now, let's bring up both of our casters again on the stage, and let's see what's going to be their thoughts on the games that we've had earlier.
You first, Mister. You first.
Sige, I'll be honest na lang. It really shows the reason why Inferno Esports was rightfully deserving of representing our country in the last LCP qualifiers, because the growth of their team, even if in all honesty Austerity is the only PH player there, then the rest are from other nationalities, but they were able to mesh out their playstyles and having that confidence to go all out, not only in terms of the meta, but even trying to explore other picks and playing it to their advantages and their playstyles. But that's what I saw as the difference maker in general for that game number one. Although we were not able to show that game, but again, it really showed that Austerity with that Kalista, that upper hand game, and of course synchronized macro from the side of Inferno Esports. And I think that is one thing na kailangan sagutin ng Naos Esports, especially they really had a poor early game.
Yeah, so here's the context on what happened. So after the stream ended, we went separate ways. You went to Inferno Esports, I went to Naos Esports. So Naos Esports, their mental is very low. So yeah, they're just blaming one another. It is the typical tournament losing draft per se. So I'm hoping to have a little bit of bounce back here dito sa ano. And yeah, I just hope there's a comeback for this.
Like, we'll see if there can be a chance here for the side of Naos Esports. Again, what they're fighting for is a strong prize pool. Again, 7,000 for 7,000 for the champion, 4,000 for the runner-up. So still, meron pa ring reason para merong ipaglaban tong dalawang team na to, and I'm really hopeful for a bounce back dito on the side of Naos Esports. But of course, if you're on the mood right now for Inferno fighting all the way from the lower bracket, I guess now is the time for them, especially na mukhang pumapabor sa kanila Fearless Draft, especially that they were able to bring out an Elise in game 1, and that leaves them more options. Probably the Nico can still be open if ever man hindi na ma-respeto yun ng Naos. But we'll get to see what are those other champions that will get that they will get to play in game number 2.
So yeah, Elise and Kalista made a huge impact for the side of Inferno Esports. 7-0 before the game ends. They're both 7-0. So yeah, let's see. Let's see what's gonna happen.
We'll get to see with that, but then again, we're thankful for those.
Yeah.
Ayan. We are still thankful for those who are
Di
still
pa tayo
here
live
with us.
sa ano.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
All right. Ayun. So for those who are still here with us, thank you for helping out, for staying with us, even if that we've already reached 6 hours of our broadcast here. It has not been the smoothest, but uh, but then again, thank you for those who have stayed with us, and we'll stay as we go along with our maybe the last game or one more game. We'll get to see on what lies ahead, and I'm really hopeful that we'll get to see a bounce back game. Actually, it's just either it's just both ways. Either a bounce back game or a statement game to end this tournament.
Let's see. I'm hoping for a miracle. Right now we are in the lobby itself. We're just waiting for people to go here. This is the game 2 that we were promised to see. Hoping that Riot Games will let us see this wonderful game 2 finale of our Crimson Cup tournament, the majors. Let's see, let's see. Now let's choose which side. Now us will now choose which side they wanted. Let's see what they wanted would be. A lot of communication kanina was entirely used for Naos Esports. Friend, let me tell you, it is a war out there.
Just to highlight again, they had the picks earlier. Personally, I had been questioning that Renata pick. They could have gone full aggressive. I was thinking of the Karma. I was thinking of the Bard as other suitable options, especially that they have a strong bot lane duo with that Caitlyn, and of course, you cannot go on an aggressive lineup, especially with that Elise. So I'm really thinking that they could have gone for a better support pick than that of the Renata. But then again, it's a time here for Naos Esports to go for a bounce back. Maybe they have other strategies in the draft on what else they can do, and maybe we'll get to see that as we're just waiting for the lobby to load.
Yeah, it's really depending on what will happen next. And yeah, Naos Esports chose the red side for their second game. Now we are going to see people here. Sevaski's not yet here, and yeah, nothing's happening yet on their side. Hoping, we're just still hoping that we can see it. Come on, let us see it.
And we are just waiting for it. But then again, thank you very much to Crimson Zeal and FBX for helping us out with our Crimson Cup majors from our from all of the tournaments that were done for this year and concluding with this one. Thank you for having us out, and we can't wait for what lies ahead, especially for our next tournaments, hopefully within the next year.
Yep, and we are now focusing for this year. This is the last game of the year. Scooby Dooby Doo has now joined the lobby. We're just waiting for people. But stay tuned. Please stay tuned as we are trying to see and shoutcast this supposedly could be the final match of our finale. But still, it's still anyone's game. Now's esports. We know them. We know their achievements. We cannot not bail them out yet. They could be still a sliver of hope in their side.
And that is the hope that we're going to look for, as again at this time we are still looking. We are still looking for other opportunities. We are still looking for other opportunities for more of these tournaments. We're still hoping for more opportunities to bring more of these teams, and of course more opportunities to involve the community here in our League of Legends tournament. And we could not have done this without your support, especially for everyone who has been watching since our other since the other tournaments for the past few months. And personally, dahil 6:30 na ng gabi, feeling ko talaga ngayon, Boss Spinehead, talaga mag-aaya na talaga ako na maghapunan na.
Okay, yan. Pwede na tayo mag-aya ng hapunan. Siguro naman tapos na kayo magluto or ini-in na lang yung kanin habang ini-in yung kanin. Pumunta muna kayo dito sa aming side to watch and see this Game 2 finale of Crimson Cup tournament, League of Legends tournament, the majors, hoping to see it through. They're ready now. Naos is now ready. Baliktad na yung side ng nangyayari ngayon, partner.
Yun, and hopefully I get to see the view here on our side, as I'm really excited to see kung ano yung magiging draft natin for this game, especially that again we are playing it on hard fearless mode, so we'll not see anymore the Sion, no more Wukong, no more Mel, no more Caitlyn, no more Renata, no more Kisante, no more uh, no more Kalista, and those champions will not be used or will be banned for the rest of this best of 3 series. So maybe it's a time also to know what will be the pocket picks for some of these players, especially if they are now in this do or die situation.
It is an advantage for Inferno Esports to be able to pick Kalista and Kalista and Elise on their side. Hindi na yun magagamit and hindi yun usually ginagamit sa tournaments. So they have now the opportunity to pick either Kaisa, we have Zeri, we have Ash. There's a lot of potential on what will happen next on the bot side of Inferno Esports. But at the same time, Naos already now knew how would it happen. I think there's going to be a banning battle between the both teams here, as we are just waiting for Concept to go in and for Concept to just press start game, and everything will be okay. Come on, Concept.
Come on, come on, I'm just waiting here. Hopefully, I get to see the screen. Hopefully, baka naman, pa-share ng screen dyan.
Please, I am begging. I'm really begging now.
Because I really want to see who is now on the side. Again, it's do or die, or it's it's the end of our Crimson Cup series. Nah, personally, I am thinking right now on what else needs to be done by Naos Esports. Aside from the draft, I think they really need to control their early game mistakes, especially those early game mistakes have been a problem. Even in their victories that we've broadcasted, they have a tendency to have a poor early game, and they just piece it up in the mid to late game. But not in that case that Inferno Esports really brought the hammer down in the early game, and they were not able to bounce back. So they need to be proactive in making sound decisions, especially with the early laning phase.
And now they're saying they're ready, they're good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is game 2, about to start in a few minutes now. Come on, start it. Start the game. Please, I'm begging. I'm actually exclusively begging for you guys to start the game.
Is it just like literally are we asking them to?
Yes.
We're asking them to do it because we're already here, and hopefully this is the last time that there will be problems in the client, because
Please.
we just want to.
I'd rather be
cast.
home
We
anyway.
have not been casting for the past 2 hours, I guess.
Yes. We have not.
Like
We've been hyping up casting for it. At the same time, we're not casting it. So
This
my
is not
level of
Sanjo,
energy
Nico.
is not burst out. Come on. Please.
especially that we are now on the climax of
Your
the tournament,
emperor
and it
shall
happened here.
return.
And now we're seeing
Warrior's
some
spirit
Pokemon
is
bans
never
here.
broken.
I think it will not be used anymore. But interesting enough that now went for the ban on the Xin Shao.
And yeah, we already now see Aurora and Azir on the side of Inferno Esports. They know the potential of an Azir Aurora. It's just a matter of time before now as esports would actually have those. The first pick would be very decisive
I have
on
more
what's gonna
important
happen.
matters to
LeBlanc
attend
will
to.
now be banned for the side of Inferno Esports. Now we are seeing the last ban for the first set of banning. Akali is now being hovered as a ban. Silas. They
Interesting
thinking.
enough because
The
interesting enough
bomb
because they
is
went for the LeBlanc ban here, so I think they're respecting Micah Han on the ban of a LeBlanc on the red side, while Oriana is also banned here, so that means it leaves with Sebaski on that Talia duty. So now the options here for other mage champions, I'm thinking of the Silas, thinking of the Ari as possible options here to go against that Talia. I think they need to pick early, especially if they want to have priority towards the jungle champion pool. They're going to do it now, and they're trying to
Oh
pick,
no.
or
Oh yeah,
they're
there you
thinking
go.
of it. And interesting enough, they went for the Rise. So it is a Rise and a Yunara pick that early. So they leave the mage and their ADC role secured, and they will answer it already. Again, the classical Kaisa versus Yunara matchup at the bot lane. Interesting enough, if they're going to pick already their jungler, or they will pair it with a support first. Okay, they can go with the Kaisa. I think they can go for a jungle pick. They can open the J4. They can open the Vi. But I think the Nocturne can be a safe choice here, especially if you're going for an aggressive lineup. But I think Board this way will be settling himself with that J4.
And now we're seeing a J4. Finally, a J4 in our speculated game. Now we are being hovered here. A Viego, Silas, any jungle that can go up against this Jarvan. Now Kindred is currently being looked at, and Lulu will be picked. Yes, finally. So Yunara Lulu will be picked. It is very, very strong. At the first few minutes of the game, level 3 of Yunara and Lulu. The potential of an early first blood is not that really impossible on their side. Now, on the side of Naos, they will ban Rel on their side. They do not want that engage, the disengage, and the wombo combo here for Talia and Jarvan, the Cataclysm and the Magnet Storm. The potential of it, Yorick will not be here. They know Scooby-Dooby-Doo and a whole lot of experience from the past games. We've seen the potential of Yorick. We know what's gonna happen if you left the Yorick behind. And now for the fourth, fifth, even final ban of this game too. Now Esports will ban Nautilus. They do not want your support to be that tanky and has hooks, has disengage, has knock up. No, no, no.
Now that leaves the option of the Leona to be picked here by the side of Inferno Esports. The Leona can be a good option here against the Lulu because of the range of using that solar flare and they go in. So we'll get to see on how they're going to pick their support champion. While for the side of Naos Esports, they have the damage, but it is a scaling composition with the Rise and Yunara as both DPS champions. So they need to go for a strong jungle and top side here. I think they want to prioritize first the top side. They need a strong top side here. I'm thinking of the Renekton. I'm thinking also of the Camille. But I think we're going to see the Skarner. I think this will be a Skarner that will be played on the jungle. And that will be their main front line. But they still need a playmaker here, especially on the top side. While for the side of
No,
Inferno Esports,
no,
I think they're
no,
I think they're having it already. I think they're going
no,
to have it already.
no.
Or
You cannot
maybe
pick Sahin.
yeah, I know.
Ugh. You
Oh,
cannot pick
I'm very sure.
Zahin.
I think I'm very sure that they know that Zahin is not allowed, so they went instead for the Seraphine. So it is a Seraphine, Kaisa bot lane, and to round it up, it will be the Ornn here for 1JW. So they need a good counter right now. And of course, one of the classical picks here is a Fiora. Can go dodge the shots of Ornn, and they're going for it. Now it's just a matter of confidence here for the side of Now Esports. They don't have much of CC. They're just relying on that Skarner and that Rise, but pretty much they're relying on their raw potential to be able to carry through the late game and the Fiora to be able to have an impact towards the early to mid game. Well, the lineup of Inferno Esports is more rounded here. Of course, you have the Call of the Forge God and every single ultimate here. Call of the Forge God, Weaver's Wall, Catalysm, and the Encore on that Seraphine, and just clean up duty on the Kaisa. It really it really means a lot for the lineup here uh, of of, in, of Inferno Esports. So we'll get to see on how they're going to play things out, especially that for the side of Inferno Esports, they need to go for the killing blow. For now, Esports, they need they need to fight another game.
Go.
And with that, finally,
Finally!
finally, oh,
Ariel happened.
I just remember that commercial of that detergent soap. Finally, or like we're just very thankful to have this game. Although of course there is still technicalities that are applied to ensure the integrity of this game. So we'll get to see on how this game goes. As again, it's either do or die, or it is a finished, or it is a finishing blow.
Yeah, everything is going to happen here for the side of Naos Esports. What I'm thinking is Scooby Dooby Doo with the Fiora would be actually good in the first few minutes of the game. But we know the potential of Ornn. We know that he can do medical items. Before he begins to do that, I think Scooby Dooby Doo should have bully lane this guy into oblivion to prevent anything from happening. They have to finish this fast. If they don't, if this is a 18 game, a level 18 game
30
for
seconds
everyone,
before ring spawn.
I'm sorry. It's just Inferno Esports would have the advantage for that.
We'll get to see on how this game goes. As again, we are now on this time that it's just a matter of how are they going to make a mark here in the early game, as we're seeing just a lot of aggression here. Even the threaded volley by Sebasti is already proving the
Oh?
difference maker here. They're just trying to go for an immediate matchup here. I'm not sure that if that's the best move for now. This was because the lineup here is going for a possible pincer. They're trying to go for all in, but again, the respect here for Inferno Esports is there. They are aware that they're not yet on their power spikes, especially they're reliant on those ultimates for them to be able to secure team fights in their favor. So they really need to play this carefully, even if they have the momentum.
Right now, I'm seeing differently, partner. I do not see respect. That was mockery at its finest, as Concept does not have any heal now. They would have the advantage on the bot side up against Austerity and Yuyu. Yuyu, we already know Yuyu's aggressiveness in terms of Seraphine and Nico. But god damn, we have Austerity with the Kaisa now being bullied here. A little bit of poking here for the side of now it's esports. 1JW very low in health. Okay, a little bit of lag, but we're seeing that he is still alive. Level 1 Ornn, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's pretty much what is going on here, although I am not sure on what kind of actions are what kind of actions are being done here by 1JW, especially that that Ord is not yet at his right power spike. He needs to build his items. Of course, the Bramble Vest will be the core item here, especially to be able to withstand the damage of that Fiora. Especially that Fiora will always look for the vitals. Although it's interesting enough that there are no summoner spells here for Scooby-Dooby-Doo, so it is a little bit of a breathing room here for 1JW for him to be able to scale with that board if he's going to play the cards right. And interesting enough, that concept is really being challenged here, especially that he has no heal. So the limit testing here of the Kaisa and the Seraphim in the river. But wait a
Oh.
minute though, we might see the all-in. They might be missing out on that mid lane. Not much of a damage here. And that Fiora having no summoner spell. The rotation of that J4 coming in with Born This Way helping out with the first blood.
And right now we're seeing a failed gank here on the side of Naos Esports. The Galata actually did a good job, but only then Sevaski has the flash to go out of that scenario. It was a wonderful play here made by that Talia. And because of that, because it missed, we now see Topside getting bullied on the side of Naos Esports. Fiora does not have any flash no more, and they knew that the information was crucial on that one, and they did a good job having that kind of information.
And now we're seeing here again possible concerns of poor early game here on the side of Now Esports, and it showed towards that last engage. They really need to be careful here because again they have a scaling composition, they have that much on CC, and now they're trying to go for a possible all-in using that Lulu E. I am not sure if that's enough. Going for the flash, and I am not sure that concept will be surviving it, but gets the kill instead, bringing down Austerity, and the Seraphim going for the flash, going for the auto,
Ooh.
and that summon Aerie helping out, securing the feats of warfare for the side of Inferno Esports.
And right now we're seeing an onslaught after onslaught as now both ADC and support has a kill on the bot side for Inferno Esports. We've seen these aggressiveness plays wonderfully made by Yuyu and Austerity. 1JW is being bullied here still at the top side. He is the weak side of the match, but it does not matter if your ADC already has some items to be completed.
Of course, the items here of the Kaisa continuing to stack, especially you want to build that early Kraken Slayer to have that lead against that of the Yunara, and that is what you're trying to do. Again, you want to capitalize on the range of your spells. You have the upper hand here, especially if the Lulu doesn't have the wild growth. That will mean the difference here. And even here that Galata is being challenged by Born This Way. The Skarner is not yet vital towards these team fights unless he has his ultimate. But then again, time here is just a matter of how the laning phase will be playing here. Especially again that that Scooby-Dooby-Doo is on that Fiora and should be dominating, especially with the advantage that she has with the vitals. But then again, it's against a very tanky board, and the win conditions right now are looking slim, especially if now Esports continue to play very poorly.
And we are seeing them with now level 6 on the side of Naos and Inferno Esports. Yuyu is now getting concept into Oblivion, and Austerity will be getting the kill for one against Naos Esports. Inferno Esports now doing a great job. 1JW now pushing this top side in order for Scooby-Dooby-Doo to not go back. Already up ahead, and we are seeing a star falling down. This is just another devoted killings after killings, partner.
And they're just continuing to snowball it. 4-1 is the kill count right now. And even the gold lead is already showing with the 2k gold lead here. More items falling in for both of these teams. Already Bami's Cinder and a Bramble Vest for 1JW, so it will not be a cakewalk for that Fiora to be able to go all in, only having the Tiamat and nothing much else. Now we're seeing the possible all-in of this. J4 coming in, catalysis him, and that knockoff. Unfortunately, Micah Hand can't do anything else, and that's an unfortunate pickup. Now they're trying to go all in here with the kill. They can try to bring down that Seraphine. That's a shutdown on Galata, and that is what they're going to do right now. They're just trying to go for a cross-map play, one point to another. Now the action is still continuing.
Oh,
Three
3-man?
ultimate of Galata coming in, but the damage is not enough as Austerity will clean things up again. Timely rotation from the side of Inferno as they're now going for the point drops.
And now we are seeing misplays on the side of Naos Esports. Ladies and gentlemen, Inferno Esports are now actually having the time of their lives right now. They have the Void Grubs. They have the bot side. And 1JW will now call the Forge God. And he will solo bolo these bot laners that is in his turf. Yu is now here for the chase. Concept will be in danger with the TP, but no one is there to save that. Lulu Concept has just become an idea as Galata will be getting the kill of 1JW with a misplay after misplay and a very disappointing TP.
Unfortunately though, Dawn went a little too deep, not knowing that the call of the Forge God was still there. And again, you're facing against a tank. So in terms of the sustainability of that of Ornn in that team fight, he can withstand it and buy some time to be able to use the call of the Forge God and the Bellows Breath for a turnaround. That is a challenge here, and unfortunately, I think someone else will be caught. The Fiora trying to go for the ultimate, will try to go for the counterplay. Can go for it, and using that break user with Scooby-Dooby-Doo. But then again, another team fight towards that bot side, trying to go for Austerity. But then again, the rage of Sebaski on the top side that has to get him up a 1-for-1 exchange, and we can possibly see a possible collapse. But then again, the wave is still being pushed in, only few minion waves. So for the side of Austerity, they don't need to further extend. They need to control their aggressiveness, especially that they have the lead. And just interesting enough to see that the Kai'Sa already went first, already having that Kraken Slayer, and Born This Way already having that Southern Sky.
And now we're seeing Dawn here going in as he is still doing a little bit much of damage. Mr. Galata is now here. They're looking for the gank. Austerity, will he be caught? And he is caught. But at what cost? He will know. No one is going to die. It's a 3-0 on the side of Naos. Good job, Naos.
Now that is the rotation that they need to do. They're now trying to capitalize in terms of their rotations, trying to catch up from a bad early game as what they were doing in the previous games. Now I think is the much better time for them to bounce back, especially if they had a bad early game. Their lineup still capable in terms of the damage output, but then again, they really need to play carefully and they need to be careful and wise in terms of where do they engage.
And Mikey Han, we need to see Mikey Han becoming aggressive here. I have not seen him in any team fight so far. But yes, Scooby-Dooby-Doo is now being very aggressive. He knows that he can win. He already has Ravenous Hydra. He can actually just went head on with this Ornn. Dragon has now been spawned here. Mountain Drake, 1JW, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, still having the fight of their lives. It is quite laggy, but we are seeing Galata and the bot side here having the fight. The ultimate of Seraphine Redemption will be used. Cataclysm Born This Way will actually get something as everyone in Naos is in shock that their bot lane is dead.
Oh,
McKayan
Killer
is currently
Instinct!
looking for it, and Killer Instinct will be getting that rise. 1JW still up against Scooby Dooby Doo in the top side. Galata is a scared Scorpion at the moment as three people will hunt him down. Galata will be getting hunted.
Just thinking right now of what else should Nouns be doing in terms of that engage. Now, especially considering earlier that there was already a collapse, and I think that's one way that they can try to come back, capitalizing on other opportunities of the map. But again, they still need to do more. Austerity being taken down by Scooby Dooby Doo, but then again, they need to do more than that. They need to be careful and they need to be proactive when it comes to the engagements on this lineup of Inferno Esports. Again, I've mentioned about the capability of the team fights. It's really on the upper hand here for the side of Inferno Esports, and they will just keep on repeating the process on how to go for those skills, especially if you only have the Lulu as a form of a counter engage and pretty much nothing else. So it's just a cakewalk for the side of Inferno Esports, and especially right now, they're trying to go for a possible take on that rise, avoiding that knockup, the use of the face rush, but then again, Mikey Hand should be careful, especially that he's not yet on his power side.
He is really, really strong and fast at the same time. We had almost had Void, we almost had Rift Herald in our side 30 seconds in for it. Born this way with the TP of the Leah. We are seeing a 3v2, ladies and gentlemen, on the top side. But Scooby Dooby Doo and 1JW will have a fight. Cataclysm will be used. Redemption will be used. And Ultimate of Galata, but at what cost? He will not survive. Rise with the Ultimate with concept, but they left their jungle to die.
And unfortunately, another pickup there, especially that Galata only has the heart steal, and that will and he will be needing more than that when it comes to the engages. Probably the need for I'm thinking right now, probably the need for a stone plate for an all-in. They need to play this carefully. And Mikey Han again already at low health, cannot withstand.
Ooh.
And look at the power Q, and even that all-in. Oh, you're just lucky that the turret is there to go for the revenge kill. But then again, objective control still being taken by Inferno Esports as they take that Rift Herald.
But they would get the shutdown for Sevaski. Sevaski with the misplay there, but I think it's really worth it as three
Oh, the
people
Ornn?
will be hunting a Forge God right now. Ornn is now polymorph. He's calling the Forge God, but at what cost? It is nothing for them to take on the Forge God himself.
And again, the objective bounty is there with the Fiora being able to get it and also getting a kill on that Sion. Again, those smaller openings that they can try to capitalize on as a form of their advantage here. But then again, they need to be careful in terms of who else are they going to go for a pick-off, especially again that you in terms of the lineup here of now esports, it's not meant for head-on 5 to 5 5v5 team fights, but then again trying to go for some small skirmishes and trying to win in another way, especially for Scooby Dooby Doo. I think you really need to capitalize on the split pushing capabilities of that Fiora, but only time will tell if they will be able to look on that certain win condition.
We are seeing a little bit of downfall for the side of Naos Esports. It's 15 over 8. We are seeing a 2K goal differential here for their side. We are now gonna see if they can steal or secure a dragon for their side. We are seeing a back here for Scooby Dooby Doo. He has TP. 1JW also has TP. And Born This Way is just doing the best he can to viciously banter up against Their teammate Cataclysm will be led by
Oh.
3 people, and now we are seeing Sebaski and Kaisa Austerity with the double kill. Galata nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen, getting the triple kill. Austerity with the triple. Long live Inferno Esports, as Scooby-Dooby-Doo will just go in like nothing's happening. Quadra kill will be given to the ADC with the ace, and I think their mental is breaking down.
And then I think that can just be the statement of the game here, because in terms of the full team fight again, having that catalysis on core connection there, that already spelled the difference. You don't even need to call out the Forge God yet, or the Weaver's Wall to be able to influence that team fight, because again, the lineup, the full lineup here of Inferno Esports is really at an advantage for them to continue and be able to snowball with the lead that they have. It really shows that Inferno Esports talagang they needed to grind all the way to all the way from the losers bracket and just turning things around. That proved to be that proved to be a
Oh,
difference maker here. But wait a minute, the Fiora is just trying to secure something here. I think the Fiora is again trying to salvage whatever momentum that they can get, especially the Fiora, same as that Yorick, can be a sprint pusher.
and now we're seeing tons of damage here for the side of Inferno Esports. Now, Gaming still has the capacity to win it all, but it is already Soul Point, my friend. They already have 4 bounties. They need to pick on someone and kill it and get the bounty. But Ord already has a mythic item. We are now
Oh,
seeing Concept flashing
no.
out, ulting himself, but the Forge God is being called, and it is now on for Inferno Esports. They're still looking for more. Atacana has now been spawned at bot side, but they are not done. 1JW with that Talia is still not over. They're still looking, but now it's just brighter than ever. Inferno Esports.
Again, having that confidence for them to continuously go with the game, and even now taking the Atakan for good measure, they're just continuing and snowballing with the momentum that they have, and they just capitalize on this. Now snowballing with a 7k gold lead, and now more items coming in their way. Just look at how tanky that Thorn is. Now having the Thorn mail and even the boots of Ray. Just looking at Talia with that Seraph's Embrace and that Liandry's Anguish, that will be not a cakewalk to burst down anyone. Especially if you're trying to scale for damage output, even if that you're not able to burst anyone, this will now be the challenge for the side of Naos Esports. You want to go for the scaling game, but then again, items just keep falling for the side of Inferno Esports, and it's not doing well, and it's not turning to be in their favor. Oh, wait a minute,
Now,
no!
go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, come on, just I'm giving you that moment. But anyways,
Oh.
look at the pincer coming in. It is Galata going for austerity, but then again, no damage back up there. Galata will be falling down there, just confused on who to attack, dodging that call of the Forge God, and that is another double kill for austerity. 11, 3, and 8 already. Not even using the killer instinct to try to go all in, but the encore is there, and look who's trying to clean it up. It is austerity with an autos, and that will be the ace for the side of Inferno Esports. And pretty much I'm seeing the sense of this game as it has been a statement that Inferno Esports are just showing what they have here in this game, here in this run, and what I'm seeing here is purely domination from one of the best here in the Philippines. And I don't know if they will try to finish it, or something else. But then again, it's just pure domination from the side of Inferno Esports.
It is still not over, friend. I thought Dawn disconnected because he thought it was over, but it is not. They did not push their mid tier turret, but still, still anyone's game. The clock is still ticking. There's still time. We can still do this. But it is almost seem a miracle. You have to get that miracle in your hands, Scooby Dooby Doo, with the pushing capabilities. But we are seeing 1JW with the empowered Sunfire cape now, friend. It is over. We already see that he actually upgraded that Kraken Slayer. But right now, we are seeing Galata with the misuse of his ultimate.
No.
Galata is now currently in danger. Going this way is now here.
Ah.
Austerity is now legendary on the mid side on his own. As the 1JW getting this Scorpion the hell out of his face as Austerity is very low. And he's just bantering left and right here for Inferno Esports. They're proving this statement that they are the best here at our Crimson Cup tournament, the majors.
Is already coming to an end here as we're just seeing a few moments as we might see the possible collapse, the possible end towards this series. Still, it was a good fight here for the side of Naos Esports, but judging by what we're seeing right now, this is just pure domination, and I think we're just waiting here for whatever formalities it is, because I think it's already the white flag already being waved here by Naos Esports. They're just waiting for the final end towards this Summoner's Rift.
And yet they're having fun. They're mentioning this Jarvan who's really, really crazy as Austerity is not helping them because they do not need help. Talia Sevaski with this Talia is now dominating on his own. Also with Yuyu, by the way. And we are seeing Austerity pushing in and out of these Raptors, these Groms. They're giving Naos a little bit of advantage, getting those bounties out. What? They wanted a longer fight. They want to elongate the fight even more, partner. It is still not over.
Unfortunately, I don't know if that is the best thing right now, especially that you have the full lead of your game, although the Baron is up for grabs. And look at Austerity just coming in and just trying to go for those autos, and even Concept can't do anything. Dawn can't really do anything here. And it's pretty much, again, just pure domination here for the side of Inferno Esports. They have the Mega Minion wave. But just to think of it here, while waiting for the game to end, that Inferno Esports really drove their way from the lower bracket and grinding all the way here to the grand finals. What a great sign of achievement here. And